Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure and honor to open this year's Congress of the European Business and Innovation Center Network. It is a very important get-together event of key innovation actors in Europe. And this year, the meeting takes place in the digital atmosphere. It is a chance, of course, that the technologies allow us to interact with each other despite these difficult circumstances. And it is, of course, a pity that the human dimension and networking possibilities are, though, limited. The COVID-19 pandemic has far-reaching consequences on our lives, and it does so also when it comes to the European economy. So it's not just our health ecosystems or other parts of society. It's pretty much all our economy which has been impacted. And it's not a secret that the first statistics show that in 2020, the EU economy has contracted by almost 12%. So it's very substantial. And I just wanted to start by saying that at EU level, we have been working really hard to ensure that we have a necessary strong response at the EU level to the crisis linked to COVID-19. You might have seen that unprecedented flexibility and speed we have been deploying to reprogram the implementation and the use of structural and investment funds along the urgent health-related priorities, also supporting, of course, small and medium-sized enterprises. At the same time, we also know and we have agreed at the EU level on very important goals which need to ensure that we go through this green and digital transition. We have set very important targets for that and very important objectives. So they are of an unprecedented scale. So more than ever, we need to work together to make sure that within this transition, no person, no region is left behind. And this is where we need to be engaging together to reaffirm that European Green Deal is Europe's new growth strategy, and it is also the roadmap for making the EU's economy more sustainable and also make it to come back to the path of recovery and development. So we need to make sure that we turn these global and climate and environmental challenges into the opportunities across all policy areas while assuring that this transition is just and inclusive for all. For that, at the EU level, we have agreed on the EU budget, and we are very happy about it. There is a new next generation EU, which composes different instruments under the new MFF, which altogether must ensure that this recovery is sustainable, inclusive, and fair. It is the most ambitious recovery plan at the EU level that we have ever seen. These additional instruments and resources should be used to support investment in products and services, of course, or for different sectors. I mentioned health sector, the small and medium-sized enterprises, and support to job maintenance, including the short-time work schemes. But at the same time, we also need to make sure that we unblock investment into providing basic services to citizens and also to green and digital economy. So all these measures should be unblocked and to help us to regain this path of recovery and development. Under cohesion policy 2021-2027, we are proposing many changes. We are trying to further modernize this policy. Particularly, I would like to mention, of course, the inclusion of the sectors affected by this crisis, culture, tourism, health, but also a very strong focus on job creation in small and medium-sized enterprises, emphasis on green and digital transformation, and also innovation and research. Our long-term priorities should not really change, but understanding that this green and digital transition might have a disproportionate impact on different territories, we are also proposing a just transition mechanism where the key part, the just transition fund, will be targeting specific territories and will help them to support their transition, to diversify their economies, and also support investments into the creation of new firms, including through the innovation and business centers and business incubators. In this context, it is extremely important that we activate our discussion with different stakeholders. So we view your network as a key stakeholder with who should be engaged in discussions with us, the European Commission, but also obviously with the managing authorities, regional, national, and local actors all across Europe. It is true that in these difficult times, sometimes we might not see the need to support so much innovation and research because of all those needs I mentioned before. But in our view, the investment into innovation, focusing on the transfer of research results into market, translating innovation into concrete products, services, and application, is an extremely important part of getting back to the sustainable economic growth. I mean, all studies show that up to 60% of growth today is based on innovation for creating attractive jobs and to maintain and improve our standard of living and address various crises in Europe and world facing today. So without any doubt, I can reassure you that the support from the also cohesion policy funds, but also from different other EU instruments, such as Recovery, Resilience Facility, Horizon Europe, and others, should also go to the research and innovation activities. And European innovation policy as a whole must therefore also place a greater emphasis on promoting innovation in all regions. We know that we should continue supporting the high-level excellency projects, but we also need to make sure that less developed regions, the ones that don't know where exactly to start the investment in innovation, that they are also involved, and that we contribute to increasing the competitiveness of these regions and as the EU as a whole through trying to close this innovation divide, which still exists out there in European Union. Consequently, we need to work on improving the research and innovation activities by assessing different territorial inequalities and improving coordination at all levels. In this context, I can confirm again that the smart specialization strategies, which are already at the core of cohesion policy support innovation, will remain there as our key guiding lights. Already in current period, more than 40 billion of investment have been allocated to regions through ERDF and through the smart specialization strategies, and we will continue also deploying this concept as part of the key enabling conditions. And we can expect that even higher amounts of funding from ERDF envelope will go to this policy objective, which is policy objective number 1, a smarter Europe by promoting innovative and smart economic transition. We also need to keep focusing on turning the results of research policies into innovation, so facilitate and accelerate the market uptake of research results will stay our priority. Stimulating market creating innovation, scaling up of innovative companies, and accelerate the demonstration process before commercialization of innovative products. These close to market investments, the development and deployment of new technologies and processes, in addition of focusing to upgrading capital and know-how and digitalization of firms through available technologies, will be key for green transition. Strong strategic interregional cooperation also will be receiving more attention. as we do believe that only by working together between different regional ecosystems we can achieve the EU-wide impact and create opportunities also in new EU value chains. So for that reason, we are also proposing a new inter-regional component under the ERF, which we will run together with a newly set up innovation agency. We will continue also supporting our urban authorities under the new European Urban Initiative, where again the urban innovative actions will be transformed into the key component of this new urban initiative. In the end, I want to say that we will continue in accompanying Europe and its regions in their efforts to tackle the twin transition, as well as the multiple interrelated challenges that we are currently facing. And in this context, we will be assuring together that no one and no region is left behind. Thank you so much, and I wish you a great discussions through this Congress.